When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
We're on to Cincinnati.
It's my team. It's my quarterback.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Hello? You play to win the game.
They want you to cook the dinner. At least they ought to let you shop for some of the groceries.
And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Playoffs? You kidding me?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
How can you not be romantic about football, man?
Woo! Welcome to Benched with Bonnetta. We are back in studio. Oh my goodness. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Mohan, my friend, when can you start saying Happy New Year? When do you have to stop saying Happy New Year? What are the laws here?
I think today is appropriate for Happy New Year.
Okay, so we record this podcast on the 29th, so we're a couple days away.
Yeah.
You know, you might not see those people after the New Year. And then when do you stop? Because that's like, people are still throwing out Happy New Year's on January 20th. I think that's egregious.
I think the 4th or the 5th.
The 4th or the 5th. Graver, what's your cutoff date?
There's no, hard cutoff date. I think it's if you haven't seen someone in a few weeks that you regularly see and it's the new year, then you can say it. But, generally, probably, a week or so.
Names will not be named here, okay? But Mohan and I used to work with somebody that legitimately got furious if you said Happy New Year after the 3rd.
Yeah.
A reasonable time to keep on saying Happy New Year. Would literally just stop dead in the middle of the hallway and be like, no. We're not doing that. Outrageous.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, guys, we are going to kick. I'm really excited about this episode, actually. I'm very excited. We like to throw some awards out on this show. It's the end of the year. Every podcast is probably doing something similar, but we're going to do things a little bit differently. Safe to say, I had probably the messiest year of my life. Okay, your girl got a little messy. I want to go around the table here first before we kick things off. We're going to talk about the messiest teams of 2022. But I want to put it on us for a second before we start poking fun at these teams and gossiping. What is the messiest thing that you did all year? I'll kick things off. I left some, what is it called? It's weed killer. It's full poison. Okay, I left it in my trunk and it got very hot this summer and the plastic melted and it just oozed everywhere in my trunk. There were two big size bottles, and I just had to drive around with a poison car for a good couple of months before I was forced to get a new car because all the detailing, all the cleaning, everything did not work. That's messy. That's not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, that's legitimately messy.
Yeah. I didn't almost burn my house down or anything like that. I just almost poisoned myself.
Mm-hmm.
Mohan, what about you?
I had a pretty messy-free year, I think.
The schemer.
Baloney.
No mess.
Other people.
I feel like you're the kind of guy that might have texted somebody by accident. And I'm not saying that I know a story or not, but you gotta have something messy going on.
Not really.
Think about it. Justin, you said you have one.
I have one. I'm ashamed of this, but I'll say it on the podcast, whatever. So I had tickets to see Weird Al perform because his new movie came out.
Okay.
And, I like Weird Al, sure, but I was never I want to go see him in concert. But I have really good friends. One of my really good friends loves Weird Al. Mm-hmm. And my girlfriend did not get a ticket because she was like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, well, I already got a ticket, so I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Anyway, the day came where it was time to go, and I was like, I really don't want to go to this stupid concert. So I texted my friends, hey, we can't make it tonight. I have to go to dinner with my old boss. Total lie. And then
no, I'm getting anxious.
I stayed home with Jessica, and then I get a text from my friends who were at the concert. I forgot I have my location sharing on.
No.
So I got fully caught in this dumb lie that was pointless. I should have just said, I don't want to do this, but I felt stupid.
Why were they checking your locale?
They were
maybe
suspicious.
not. They were a little sus.
Because it was
were they mad at you for
excuse.
missing Weird Al?
They were just mad that I lied to them.
Yeah.
Why are you sharing your location with everybody, though?
No, it's just
I share my location with quite a few people.
Not everybody.
I
do it with 3 or 5
My
people.
friend likes to check in on us. She's like, I just want to make sure you haven't been kidnapped or anything. So I periodically check your location from time to time.
Yeah, that's messy. I have done the messiest thing that you can do is text somebody that you don't mean to. And I do that about once or twice a year.
Oof.
Yeah, it's bad.
What's your go-to to get out of it?
Oh, I'm very quick. Thank God for improv classes, baby. I remember I was working with a producer one time who was mean. We both know who it is. He was mean, and he was bossy. And I went to text probably Mohan, and I was
don't drag me into this.
This guy sucks.
Oh, no.
And I texted him, I texted him, and I was just like, oh. And then I was like, oh no, the floor manager is being very mean on this shit. So I'm good at weaseling my way out of these situations.
Good
but
schemer.
I'm known to send a run text every once in a while. Okay, enough is enough. We are getting to the 2022 Messi Awards, baby. Play the music while I put on my gown. Okay, for the record, Mohan refused to put this on. We don't have a longer song than that. I'm not going to get it on in 30 seconds, guys. 10 seconds.
Run it back.
We're just going to loop it till you're ready.
There you go.
Hello, and welcome to the 2022 Messi Awards, okay? It is the end of the year. It is time to look back on the year fondly, and by looking back fondly, we are going to gossip. Okay, so I went through today, and I looked at every single division, and I picked the messiest team from each division, okay? It's the Lord's work, but I'm happy to do it. We're going to start in the AFC, and we're going to start AFC East, the messiest team. I think it's pretty easy to figure this one out. I'm going Jets, baby. At the beginning of the season, we had Zach Wilson with the mom's friends. We were like, okay, maybe this guy's a little bit cheeky. Maybe he's fun. He earned the respect of the locker room. Then all hell broke loose. He didn't say the def. He didn't give props to the defense. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows what happened. And then Mike White comes in. I don't know what's going on with this Jets team now. Mike White is back. I think Joe Flacco was named as the backup, not even Zach Wilson.
He's inactive.
Chaotic vibes, messy vibes. I've got to say, I think that there's more than just the defense comment that sent this over the edge. There has to be, because that is so small.
Yeah.
And I think there's a bunch of things that we don't know about this team, but I am crowning them messiest team of the AFC East. You guys agree?
I ultimately agree, but don't forget what's happening in New England with their offensive coordinator situation. Matt Patricia is coordinating an offense. Apparently they have the smallest coaching staff of any team in the league. And then the Dolphins have a lot going on too in terms of just how they handled Tua's concussion stuff.
I did have the Dolphins in there for a second, but I just love the Dolphins so much that I didn't want to put them in there because that's not messy, that's not drama, that's just
I
bad.
agree.
And don't forget, Mac Jones is a dirty player now.
True.
A lot of people are saying he's a dirty player, and you said that's your opinion.
Okay, so you guys are saying Patriots very close runner-up.
It's a good runner-up.
I think Patriots could have won another division, but everything that's going on with the Jets.
You're right. It's just too much. It's just too much. Okay, we got to keep it grooving and moving because we are hitting every single division today. AFC West. We're going to the opposite side. This was the easiest one. Broncos. Obviously. I don't know if it came out a little while ago that Russell Wilson had an office and a parking spot. I feel like that was a while ago that was reported on, but it got resurfaced again this week. Everyone's up in arms. Oh my God, I can't believe this guy has an office and a parking spot. A parking spot I can understand. I kind of also understand an office. I don't really know why everyone's going crazy about this. Jerry Jeudy was like, this guy's got the most insane work ethic. We don't care if he has an office. Let him do him. But either way, they fired Nathaniel Hackett. They've been an absolute mess. They've just handed the Seahawks perhaps the third pick in the NFL draft this season, which is insane for Russell Wilson. Just a mess overall.
Russ spoke after Hackett got fired, and he was like, I haven't been playing up to expectations so far this year.
I'm actually surprised at how much he gave Nathaniel Hackett. He was he was a great guy. I'm devastated. I think he used the word devastated. I'm really sad. The guy was a great father. And I was like, okay.
I wish I played better for him.
What about it? Okay, but messy vibes all over. Messy vibes all over. AFC North. Do we even need to talk about it? I think we all.
Can I just say two things?
Why?
One, Watson has led the Browns on 43 drives and has only scored 3 touchdowns.
What are we doing?
And the offense is averaging 10 points per game since he got
all for what?
That's all I got.
All for what? Is he going to have some kind of miraculous situation happen in the offseason that he just becomes this quarterback that they've all been waiting for him to become? I don't think so. I do not think so. This was such a waste of just I don't even want to talk about it because I've talked about it enough on this here podcast. But the Browns easily the messiest team in the AFC North.
And Baker won Nickelodeon MVP twice in 3 weeks. Just
Baker
Bonnetta,
is shining. Baker is thriving. Okay, we don't care if it's Nickelodeon MVP. Okay, it's the highest of the achievements in our books. Okay, I know you're probably lifting your nose at Nickelodeon MVP, but don't you dare on this show.
But how sweet is it that this is happening with Watson? I just want to say.
Oh, with Watson, yeah.
I just love watching him be terrible.
Karma.
Yep.
That's all I'll say. Okay. AFC South. It's got to be the Colts, right? I mean, the Jeff Saturday experiment. Jeff Saturday came in. We all were expecting him to be somebody that's had no NFL experience. They win their first game against the Raiders, and we're like, okay, let's just wait on this. They go on to lose 5 straight. Jim Irsay tweeted sometime early November, all you critics, you criticize all of us in the NFL for losing. When we make moves to win, you act so righteous. Who you crapping? Just win, baby.
Yikes. That did not age well.
The Colts have been outscored 90-9 in the fourth quarter since Jeff Saturday.
It's not just that they're losing in a very bad way. And Jeff Saturday, what did he say? He had like a crazy quote when he first signed on. He was just like, if I'm bad at this, then fire me. Like, I don't care. It's like,
and the biggest blown lead in NFL history.
Oh, who could forget? Who could forget Colts Vikings? So I am crowning them the messiest team in the AFC South. Messiest team in the AFC in 2022. I would say the Browns, but I'm going Broncos. I'm going Broncos because I don't want to give the Browns a prize of any sort, even a bad one, you know? I'm going Broncos. I know it says Broncos and Browns tie, but I'm going Broncos, okay? Just give them the award. And also on top of it, you had all of these cringe things from Russ all year. Danger Witch. Broncos country, let's ride. It was the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift that, please no. It's the gift that keeps on giving this show. Like, we should be very thankful. You know what?
It's a content creator.
We here at Benched with Bonnetta, we would like to thank the Broncos and Russell Wilson for providing many a laugh all season long. And you've provided us lots of things to talk about. So for that, we thank you. But you are the winner of the messiest team in the AFC. Okay, moving on to the NFC, baby. We got some more teams. We got some more awards to hand out. NFC East. Now, usually we call this award we just like automatically give it to the Cowboys every single year because they seem to just be messy all year round. They're good, they're bad. No one trusts them, but they're not that messy this year. They're really not. They dabbled with some OBJ here and there, but I can't give them this award in 2022. This was actually kind of the hardest one to give out. And I think I'm going to give it to the Commanders just because it's the Commanders. And they've just got a lot of mess going on with the team. But I will say, Tyler...
Off the field stuff, yeah.
A lot of off the field mess. But Taylor Heineke, you know I'm a fan of Petty. I love the Petty sneaker thing that he started to do in the latter half of the season. Absolutely loved it. But they've kind of, I don't know, they're a scrappy little team, and they fought their way through, like, the trenches this season. So I'm saying that they're the messiest team, but, like, I guess. I guess. Huh? Would you guys agree with this?
Yeah,
Commanders?
it's messy now that they've gone back to Wentz. It's like, what is the, I don't know.
Yeah, scrappy, messy.
Like, we saw Wentz already, and it wasn't good.
We already saw the Wentz experiment on a couple of different teams in the last few years. Okay, NFC West. This is as easy as the AFC North. I'm going Cardinals. Cardinals. Before this, I mean, like, where do we even start?
Kyler saying chill the F out to his
Where
coach.
do we even start? You got the preseason. You got the letter from the agent. You got him playing Call of Duty. Then you get into the season. You have Kyler calling plays in preseason because, I don't know, Cliff wanted to teach him a lesson, but he actually did pretty good. Then you get into the season. D-Hop's suspended for 6 games. You don't even have him. He shows up. You got those two back together, and then it looks like this. Like, what are we doing? And then, unfortunately, this is terrible. Kyler has a season-ending injury that's not going to be easy to recover from. But, oh, my goodness. Then last week, I don't know if you guys saw this. This article came out on ESPN about how Cliff is being, like, encouraged to, like, step down from the team. Then he says, I'm not going anywhere. Like, there's a lot of bad vibes going on.
And you didn't even mention the whole mess in Mexico City where the...
I didn't even want to mention that.
But it's crazy what's happened with the coach, Sean Kugler, who was fired after allegedly groping a woman in Mexico City, and then Steve Keim steps away for personal health-related reasons, and then Sean Kugler says, I never did anything wrong. I think this is a case of mistaken identity. And he looks just like... Whatever.
It's wild. It's wild. Literally, the list goes on. I'm sure I'm forgetting about 10 different things with the Cardinals because it has just been a messy, messy season.
J.J. Watt retired.
Well, no wonder. I don't want to deal with this again. Yeah. Everyone's like, wow, J.J. Watt retired. He could totally still play. Like, he looks amazing. Well, I have an idea of why he's retiring. He's getting the heck out of there. Okay, NFC North. I think this is also easy Packers. We had the ayahuasca trips in the offseason. Aaron's really made a change the last few years, and like good for him if he's feeling like the most like himself with his little conspiracy theories and all those things.
What do you think he got as receivers for Christmas?
That is a great call. When I was like doing the deep diving on the Christmas list, apparently he loves gifting Uggs. I hope that he would get them more than
What if he
Uggs.
got them a jugs machine so they can catch better?
He got them crystals? For real? Oh, yeah, he probably got them crystals, sage, some teas, some yoga sessions. Who knows? I would actually.
A trip to the desert.
Ooh, I wouldn't be going on that. Ooh, dancing under the moon. Everyone's naked. I gotta go Packers, NFC North. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But are you a little bit worried about the Packers making like some kind of crazy comeback in the rest of the season? We're not doing that, right? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not going to do that.
Shouldn't beat the Dolphins.
I am rooting extremely hard for the Vikings this weekend.
Yeah, but it's the Vikings.
I know.
I'm rooting for the Packers this weekend just so it's interesting.
I think I might have the Packers.
Again.
The Vikings are probably going to win on like a last-second dumb fumble, fluky nonsense play.
As they do, baby. As they do. Okay, and then finally, NFC South. I was going to give this to the Panthers, but the Panthers have actually kind of been piecing together some nice wins the last few weeks, so I'm not going to give it to the Panthers, even though they had a messy first half of the season with Baker and Sam Darnold and blah, 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 blah.
Firing
Matt Rule,
yeah.
Who could forget? Oh, my goodness. They have been through a lot. But I think I have to give it to the Bucs because all of the Tom Brady's offseason drama took up every single – I mean, it was everywhere. It was Twitter. It was on every single podcast. It was on every single television show. It's all we talked about for a good, long while. And then now Tom Brady might be – this could be like, what, his first losing season? That's wild.
That's wild.
I think he's got to win out for him to avoid that. And they
That's
almost
crazy.
lost to the Cardinals the other night, which is like, you just heard us talking about them. Okay, which leads me to, so messiest team in the NFC. I think it's got to be the Cardinals. Come on now. It's the Cardinals. But here's the problem. Now we got to pick the messiest team in the NFL. And who do we think that is? Mohan, I'll let you choose. Who do you think is the messiest team in the NFL?
I got to go with the Broncos.
The Broncos over the Cardinals, over the Browns.
You start with the expectations in the preseason with after getting Russ, they slated all these primetime games for the Broncos, and it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's just very it's such a letdown.
Graver.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Cardinals are at least, I don't know, you can blame injuries maybe a little bit for what they are, for at least what they are right now.
Yeah.
The Broncos, just the expectations that came with Russell Wilson that have been so far from met. I agree.
Okay. The winner of the messiest team in the NFL of 2022 season is the Broncos. Thank you very much.
Do we clap? Do we clap for being the messiest team? What do we do here?
Everyone in the control room is
I think it's the expectations. I think we went into the season being like, oh, this defense. Oh, Jerry Jeudy. Oh, Russell Wilson. Oh, my goodness. This could actually be very interesting.
And they gave up their draft pick.
Well, I just watched this clip of, I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Nathaniel Hackett. I think it was somebody else watching Russell Wilson highlights during the draft. They're like, you know what? We're giving up our pick, and we're just going to sit here, and we're going to watch Russell Wilson highlights.
Oh, no.
And it's like, oh, no, why did you guys have to do that? But I think it's the expectations and where they are at now. It is just messy, capital M. Okay, that was our 2022 Messy Awards. We are going to be back after the break. We are making some big game picks. Guys, this week is exciting. There's a lot on the line for a lot of teams, so don't go anywhere.
Look at your neighbor and say, secure the bag.
Ooh! Okay, I have to share this story. My mom is flying into LA right now, which is like a miserable, all the flights that have gotten like delayed and canceled. Man, shout outs to all y'all if you guys traveled during the holiday season, because it did not sound fun. I avoid it. I just don't do it. I just don't see my family over the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
But she's been delayed so many times today, and she just posted to Instagram, "Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, rather than as you think it should be." Is my mom Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, what? Good for her.
What goes on? Have a freaking vodka soda and sit back and relax. It's okay. She's in the air. She's on the way. Okay, let's make some game picks, shall we? There's some really fun games. I picked 4 that I'm very excited about. First off, we're going to get to it, but the amount of excitement that I am feeling for Monday Night Football already, that was like one of the first things that I said when I got into the studio. I was like, Monday Night Football, Bills-Bengals, come on now. We'll pick that last. Dolphins at Patriots. Oh, first off, our picks record. 44-33-1. Is that moi?
That's you.
Dang, Rach. Okay. Mohan 49-28-1. Justin 50-25-1.
Yeah, but we had a bad week, Rachel. You and I each went 1-3.
We don't have to talk about it.
What did I go?
You went 2-2. I ended a 10. I had 10 straight picks right in our spreadsheet that tracks this thing until I missed 3 games this week.
Dang.
So.
Okay, well,
Wait.
I'm going 4 straight, baby. I'm going 4 straight.
Here
this
we
week.
go.
I'm calling it. Dolphins at Patriots. Patriots are favored by 2.5, and guess what? I have the Patriots winning like an absolute maniac. New England 24-21. I want to say all the playoff implications here as we go, because it starts to get a little bit muddy and it starts to get a little bit confusing at this time of year. So, if the Dolphins win, they clinch a playoff berth with a Jets loss. If the Patriots win, they move into the playoff position and bump the Dolphins out. They cannot clinch this week. Tua's not playing, which I think moves the needle by $1 billion. Who is their backup?
Does it?
Jacoby
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy
Teddy
Two
Bridgewater.
Gloves.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I feel bummed. I love to, and I know since he got his first concussion, he probably hasn't been playing the same way as he started off, but I don't know. There's something to just like having the same crew over and over again, and then you have a wrinkle. It's a new guy.
It's tougher. I mean, for the defense to prepare, there's less tape on Teddy's tendencies, although he's been in the league a while. So,
the Patriots almost caught the Bengals.
Yeah, I know. That was an interesting end to that game. But I feel like the Dolphins, if Teddy Bridgewater played the second half against Green Bay, they probably win that game. Because they lost because Tua was throwing inexplicable interceptions, probably because he was concussed.
Yeah, that's...
So.
Oh, I heard this really terrible story this week of how Mike McDaniel, I guess, was like having a meeting with him, and he was just not himself.
Right.
And he was like, "You need to go to the doctor." Oh, that just makes me feel sick to my stomach.
And he's had so many this year.
Oh, we love Tua on this show. But I'm going to go New England because I think it's Bill Belichick, and I think he's going to pull something out. And if I just feel like the Dolphins, they're not a team that I would love to trust, especially in this kind of position where they can clinch a playoff spot. I guess they're dependent on the Jets loss as well. But Mo, what do you like in this one?
I'm going Dolphins.
Do they? Yeah.
They're gonna cover. I think McDaniel will get. What do they lose 4 in a row now?
Yeah, 4 in a row.
And this could be like a let's do it for Tua. We win, we're in.
I do love that.
I am with you on that, Mohan. I have the Dolphins to cover, but I don't trust either of these teams. The Patriots have scored so many points on defense this year. There's no way that is sustainable. But now they're playing a backup quarterback, so maybe it is. I don't know. Am
I the only one that didn't know that Tua had a child? And did you guys see him like kissing a small? Everyone's like, "Wow, he's being very kind to that woman with her baby."
He's very private.
And gave like the baby a little kiss, and I was like, "Okay, mayor of Miami, like what is going on?" And then I think we learned that he has a full family, has a baby.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Good for Tua.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised.
Protect your brain, Tua.
Yeah. Protect your brain. We love you,
for
Tua.
your family.
Okay, next up we got Jets -1.5 at the Seahawks. The Jets are eliminated with a loss. I actually thought that this was surprising. Seattle's not played well at home this season, but they are at home this week, and they are a 1.5-point underdog. Jets' longest active playoff drought in the NFL. The Seahawks are eliminated if a bunch of different things happen. I won't go through it because there's a lot. But I am taking the Seahawks 24-21. Mike White's been injured. We don't know exactly what he's going to look like. And I just like the Seahawks. I kind of want this, especially with like the Broncos being a mess. I kind of want this for Seattle. I want them to get into the playoffs. How fun would that be? Mo, what do you like?
I'm with you. I like Seattle. I think it's going to be really loud. You mentioned they're not playing well at home, but I think that turns around in this game.
I think it will take a miracle for them to get in the playoffs, but I still think that they try.
Yeah, I think they will try. And, I just had such a tough time with all these picks, to be honest. I ended up taking the Jets for the Mike White effect.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be amazing for the sake of, the storyline that would be. And I want the Seahawks, too.
Does he have ribs?
He has broken ribs.
Is he
He's going
okay?
to play through. And how
Yeah,
cool would it be if he led an epic win?
Listen, we
through
do love Mike
broken
White,
ribs?
but Geno playing the Jets,
I know.
the team that wrote him off,
I
and he hasn't
know.
wrote back. Maybe this is the time that he does write back. He's got his pen and paper. What is our old friend Zeuser feeling about the Jets going into this
He
weekend?
locked the Jets
I
on
know.
ATN
I saw his tweet. That is I think they're actually going to play very well. But that tells me that Zeuser's not feeling good. That tells me he's actually nervous and he's trying to put good energy out into the universe.
That could be the case.
Huh.
No, he's definitely on the Mike White train. His theory is that Zach Wilson was so bad that his teammates on the field, offense and defense, knew that he wasn't going to get the job done, so they were less inspired to play their best.
So that's why it was a
football.
quick off with him.
Yep.
Huh. Okay, and then not finally. Rams at Chargers. Chargers are favored by 6.5. I am going to this game. I am so excited to be able to see Baker play once more. The last time I watched him play in this SoFi Stadium, he lost against the Chargers, but it was the greatest day of my life, and it was my birthday. So I'm hoping that we have a really great game. I don't actually have the Chargers covering. I have the Rams covering. I have the Chargers winning not by more than 6.5. I have Chargers 24-21. Last week on my show, Game Day View, I picked the Rams to beat the Broncos, but as the thing came up, I said on television, I was like, listen, I'm picking the Rams, but if you talk to me in the street, I'm going to give you another answer. I'm going to say that the Broncos are going to win. But the Rams actually took just a screen grab of me picking the Rams on this show and tweeted it out after the game. They're like, you're not the only one, Bonnetta, we're with you. But it's if they actually listened to the clip on the show, I said, I don't really like the Rams to win this one. I like the Broncos, but I'm going to pick the Rams because I'm on the Baker train.
That's pretty funny. I wonder if Ricky Hollywood, Erica Tamposi,
had something to do with it.
Shout out.
I think she had something to do with it. Mo, what do you like in this one?
I like the Rams. Go Baker. The Chargers already clinched. Can't imagine them trying too hard.
They can still.
Right.
I mean, if the Chargers win and the Ravens lose, they have a chance to take
Different seed
the
spots.
5th seed. If they lose and the Dolphins win, they have a chance to fall to the 7th seed, which would mean, as things stand right now, they would face Kansas City in the first round. Who would want to do that? So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna try to win because
Also,
they
it's
try to
this
win all the time.
LA Derby.
Yeah.
We've only seen this one other time, and it's not been at SoFi. I was
Right.
at the other one that was at the U.S. Thingamabob, the Coliseum. This is big, and for the Chargers to win in it's the Rams' house. I've said this a million times. It's the Rams. Don't play it.
You set yourself up for that.
I should have known I'd be betrayed. by
But
my
this
own
is kind of a
family.
weird deal because it's a home game for the Rams, but it counts as a road game.
It's a Chargers
technically.
home game.
They don't get to play whose house.
Oh,
But they're in their own
praise.
stadium. It's kind of
Woo!
weird. But I am taking the Rams to cover just because it's so many points. The Chargers will try to win, but they aren't going to try the same. I mean, it's not the same as clinching your playoff spot.
Do you have the Rams winning?
No.
Oh, you just
We'll
have
keep
them?
it close.
Okay.
6.5.
Do you have
Okay,
the
so we
Rams
all have the
winning?
Rams. We all have the Rams covering. No,
Keeping
I
it
have the
close,
Chargers. Yeah.
And Cam Akers has been running so well, and the Chargers can't stop the run. So I do think that's going to be.
And Baker Mayfield's been playing real well.
I just want this to be exciting. Man, Baker. Oh, the Rams have been so fun the past few weeks. Okay. And then finally, the big Monday Night Football game. I think the best Monday Night Football game of the entire season. We've got Bills at Bengals. Bills are favored by 1.5. I've got Cincinnati, but only by 1. I think that this is going to be I pray and I hope that this is as fun of a game that we are all expecting. So they've both obviously clinched, but they are actually both still in the hunt for the 1 seed in the AFC. The Bills, the Bengals, and the Chiefs are in a 3-way race for the AFC's 1 seed. Buffalo can clinch the 1 seed with a win over Cincinnati and KC loss versus Denver in Week 17, which I can't see happening, but who knows? Weird things happen sometimes. Mo, what do you like in this one?
I'm going Bengals to win. Joey B, stay hot. They finished the end of last season on a roll. And
Win by a lot, win by a little.
Me?
Yeah,
I
win
think,
by a lot.
Well, they're underdogs.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be close, but not.
I hope it's a close game. Graver?
I'm taking the Bills in this one.
Ooh.
Boring.
This is what the Bills thought the AFC Championship game should have been last year. The Bills thought they had secured it, right? And then Mahomes had an amazing, overtime, and they didn't get to touch the ball in overtime. So to them, this is like in some way a revenge game because like they think they probably would have beat the Bengals and gone to the Super Bowl last year.
Bengals didn't do anything wrong though.
No, it has nothing to do with the Bengals as much as the Bills. Like the Bills control their fate. If they win out, they get the 1 seed. They know that. They're going to be locked in. Josh Allen's been a little up and down lately. His elbow's been a little weird.
I don't know.
But I feel like this is the kind of game where it's like playoff atmosphere, locked in.
Oh,
Bills,
it's going to be good.
And I think they're going to like win on a last-second field goal.
I can't wait. I'm going to be so excited to watch this game. Woo! Monday Night Football! Okay, coming up after the break, we're not doing best and worst thing that I heard all week. I actually asked you guys to send in what are your New Year's resolutions for your teams? What do you guys want your teams to do next year in order to win a game, many games, the Super Bowl, all of the Messi Award 2023, whatever you guys want. You sent it in, and I'm going to read some of them next, so don't go anywhere.
This is a safe space. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. DMs now open.
Okay, because this is a safe space, I just thought of a very random question to ask Mohan. Mohan, would you rather be a famous model or a famous actor?
Actor.
Why? Wouldn't you just rather get away with your good looks?
I can do both.
Okay, then.
No, I don't know. Aren't there a lot of actors
You're the
that model?
ugliest actor in the world.
You didn't say that.
Okay, you're either a model or the ugliest actor in the world.
But like, okay, but even if I'm an ugly actor, I can still get endorsements and stuff.
Yeah, but you're ugly.
Ugly for an actor
You're
or straight up
Uggs.
ugly?
Straight up Uggs.
Still an actor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Jail. Put him in jail!
You be a model? You just asked me that to...
I'd be a model. Modeling seems like, okay, shout out to all the models out there. I don't mean to offend
know.
anybody.
Yeah,
but
wow,
it seems like a pretty, like...
You have to be constantly objectified in like the most you are an object way.
Whatever, you get to go to cool parties.
Yeah.
As an actor, you go to cool parties.
Yeah, but you're Uggs, man. I don't want to be Uggs. Okay, safe space. Back to football. Okay. I asked you guys your New Year's resolutions. Jordy Harris, I actually really liked this. As a Rams fan, I'm honoring the promise I made myself last year after the Super Bowl win that I won't complain about the team for 2 full years. So far, somehow, holding strong. I think that should be a rule. For the next 2 years following a Super Bowl win, you cannot complain about your team. I like that, Jordy. Donald Horn says Gronk back with Brady. Not sure how that's a New Year's resolution, but I like it. Okay, somebody said...
Wait, with what team?
I think he said the Bucks, but I didn't put that in there because I don't think that Brady's going to go back to the Bucks. I think he's going to be elsewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So Gronk's going
Las
somewhere.
Vegas.
He's just teaming back up with
Vegas.
Man, maybe next week we should do like where are they going to be? Where are they going to go?
We should.
Next year. That's going to be fun. Okay. I'd like Dallas to get some jumbo-sized curtains at Bed Bath & Beyond and put them up so players can stop feeling like they're in Event Horizon every game from 4 till 6. Okay, I didn't know what Event Horizon was, but I looked it up. It's a very frightening movie, and I don't know how this makes sense. But I just actually learned about these windows like last week for some reason. I did not know they existed.
Oh.
How could you possibly play football with this?
They built the stadium east-west instead of north-south.
What are we doing, Jerry
What were they
World?
thinking?
Throw some curtains up there, Bed Bath & Beyond. You can get them undiscounted. Oh, my goodness. I couldn't imagine playing football under these circumstances. Okay, and then finally, a bunch of people just wished for a new quarterback, most specifically Jets fans, and also Dolphins.
That's mean. I don't like that.
Wait.
I don't like that either. I got multiple messages and tweets saying that I want a more reliable quarterback for the Dolphins.
The Dolphins have 2 quarterbacks that Jets fans would kill for.
I don't make the rules here. I don't make the rules here. I just read the tweets. Okay. But that really bummed me out. Tua didn't want this. Tua wanted to prove the haters wrong.
Yep.
And we wanted that for him as well.
He was doing it.
Okay, guys, this is going to be the last that you hear from us before.
Wait, Rach, what's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to be happy and healthy. And I know how I'm going to do that, but that's what I'm focusing on. Happy and healthy.
I'm
More so
stealing
happy.
that.
Yeah. I know that's boring, and it's layered, but
We're being called basic in the control room.
I'm a little private baby. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I just want to work on my happiness. Want to work on my brain.
Parker wants to see the sunset twice a week.
She called us basic. I want to see the sunset twice a week. I'm just kidding, Parker. We love you. What's yours?
I don't know. Read more and maybe. What do you always say? I'm not impulsive enough. Maybe I'll be a little bit more impulsive.
Are you gonna take a little spontaneous trip?
Use?
I don't think so.
No, not impulsive.
Spontaneous?
Spontaneous. That's the word.
Are you gonna take a little trip?
I don't know. Just
I would like to take one solo trip by myself. Nobody bother me.
I can't do that.
Well, you scared you're gonna get kidnapped?
There's a lot of things that can go bad.
Like what?
I don't know. I get bored.
Jail.
No, you guys.
Jail. We were all like, oh my god, yeah, no, being kidnapped, being robbed.
Find myself. Find myself.
Bored.
I already know myself.
Graver, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I'm stealing yours.
Oh yeah, happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy.
And you know what?
Way.
We wish all of our listeners and viewers the same. We hope that you're happy and healthy next year. We love you. Thank you so honestly. I don't mean to be cheesy, but thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I read all of your messages and your DMs and your tweets about the show. Nothing makes me happier, guys, than when we put up a podcast and I immediately have things in my Twitter mentioning something that we said in the show, which is just so crazy that you listen to us talk every single week. We love you. Come back next week. We're going to have Kyle Brandt on the show on Tuesday. Let's talk about some quarterback movements next week. That sounds like a lot of fun. Everybody in the control room, Mohan, I love all of you guys. Happy New Year. We'll see you next week.